The micro-shame glitch, why you can't finish the last 10%. Most people can sprint to 90%, then they stall on the last turn like the track suddenly turned to glue. The funny part? The top 1% hit that wall too. They just know what it is and they move through it on purpose. It's not laziness. It's a tiny spike I call micro-shame. It shows up right when your work is about to be seen and your brain flags finishing as risky. Here's the twist you don't hear. The act of done can pop cortisol and hijack your focus. So you start checking one more thing, and now it's an hour later. In the next hour, you'll rewire that last 10% with simple nervous system tools. If you miss this, you'll ship less, trust yourself less, and keep playing small. Let's name what leaving work at 90% is really costing you. Quick win right now, the 60-second micro-shame reset. Ready. First, double exhale. Long breath out, little sip of air, then push the rest out. Do that twice. Second, label it out loud or in your head. Micro-shame. You're telling your threat system what's happening. Third, tiny ship in 2 minutes. Pick the smallest visible finish, export the file, send the calendar invite, publish the draft to yourself, not the world. 2 minutes. Go. Why this works? The label names the threat, the exhales lower arousal fast, and the tiny finish gives your brain a safe completion hit. This becomes your minimum viable momentum. It flips inertia to motion. Keep that in your pocket. Now here, why your brain throws a last 10% tantrum in the first place. The hidden cost of 90% done. Open loops bleed energy. You know that weird hum in the background when a fan's on and you only notice it after it stops? That's your brain with 90% projects. Each one keeps a slice of attention reserved just in case. You move through your day a little heavier, a little slower, because part of you is bracing. It shows up as tired for no reason, scrolling when you meant to work, or staring at the screen like your brain on airplane mode. Emotionally, it's low-grade dread. You don't think, yes, unfinished task number 7. You just feel a drag when you pass the folder name. You avoid opening it because you know there's a decision waiting, and decisions feel like risk when eyes might see the result. That tiny hit compounds. 1 avoidance becomes 3. By the weekend, you're carrying a bag of almosts. Identity takes the hit next. After a while, you start to see yourself as someone who doesn't finish. You might not say it out loud, but the story sneaks in. I'm great at starting, I'm bad at shipping. And stories shape behavior. If I don't finish becomes the script, your brain protects that identity, weirdly enough, because known discomfort feels safer than unknown outcomes. So you lower your bar in small ways. You don't pitch that client. You keep the idea private. You pretend the draft is in progress when it's just stuck. The opportunity cost is brutal. Unshipped ideas don't compound. You don't get feedback loops. No one can tell you what hit, what missed, how to make it better. So your next version isn't actually smarter, it's just different. And you lose time making changes no one asked for. Meanwhile, the person with medium work who ships on time gets real signals, iterates twice, and ends up with great work by lap 3. I've watched clients who simply increase their shipped count, double their leads in 60 days. Not with fancy funnels, just by closing the loop often enough to learn. Here's the belief break. You think more time will fix it. You think if I just hold this a bit longer, polish a bit more, I'll feel ready. But the stall isn't about time. It's about safety. As done gets real, visibility grows, and your nervous system does the math. Finished equals exposure, exposure equals evaluation, and evaluation might equal shame. So it pumps the brakes. If you only give yourself more time, you're feeding the part that wants to stall. You're buying more runway for fear to rehearse. And here's where the stakes jump. This isn't about crossing tasks off a list, it's your self-trust. Every time you promise a finish and don't, you teach your brain your word is soft. That kills momentum in sneaky ways. You stop making clear promises even to yourself. You dodge start times because you don't want to face another broken commitment. And without self-trust, tools and tactics don't stick. You can have the best planner on earth and still drift if your body expects you to bail at 90. You've probably felt the difference on days you did finish something simple. Send the invoice, click export, book the dentist. Your mind feels brighter. You look at the next thing and think, okay, one more? That glow isn't magic. It's your system getting a clean completion signal. When you skip that, you miss the chemical nudge that makes the next action easier. So the day stays heavy. You keep searching for motivation in videos and apps instead of in small ships that create it. Let's be blunt. Leaving things at 90 is expensive. It drains energy, it warps identity, it blocks growth, and it fractures self-trust. And the worst part is how normal it can feel. You might be calling it preparing or being thorough. But if honest, you knows it's fear of being seen, that silence costs you more than any rough edge ever would. So, what exactly fires in your brain at 90%? Why does almost done feel more dangerous than not started? You're about to see the glitch. Once you can name it, you can move through it. And once you can move through it, done stops being a threat and starts being a safety signal. The micro-shame glitch explained Neuroscience. So here's what's actually happening under the hood when you hit 90 and your body slams the brakes. Micro-shame is a tiny, fast threat spike that shows up as your work moves from just me to might be seen. Your brain tags that shift as exposure. Not huge danger, not tiger, but enough to flip your state. You feel it as tight chest, scattered focus, the sudden urge to tweak fonts. That urge isn't taste. It's your threat system asking for time. Mechanically, two big dials move. Dopamine dips, cortisol rises. For most of the build, dopamine has been pushing you forward. It's the fuel for the hunt. But as done gets real, your prediction system starts calculating risk. If your brain predicts that the outcome includes evaluation, it treats finish as uncertain reward with possible pain. That mismatch creates a micro-prediction error. Translation: a small dopamine drop right when you need push. Motivation softens. Meanwhile, cortisol ticks up because the system is preparing you for a social test. Focus narrows, but on the wrong thing, threat scanning, not simple closure. You've probably felt that weird flip from flow to fidget. 1 minute you're stacking blocks, next minute your mind jumps to, what if they hate slide 3? That jump maps to older circuits. The amygdala and ventral interior insula light up when we expect embarrassment or negative judgment. Studies on social anxiety and embarrassment show those regions spike when you're in the spotlight, even if the audience is small or imaginary. Finishing puts you on that small stage in your head. Your insula says, eyes are on us. Your amygdala says, pull back. And there's another layer nobody talks about: competence threat. When a thing is in progress, it's a cloud. It can be anything. When it's done, it's a line in the sand. People can compare it, rate it, reject it. Your nervous system knows that a finished artifact sets a new bar you'll have to match next time. That's work. That's risk. So the system tries to avoid locking it in. It nudges you to keep it malleable with one more pass because squishy feels safer than stamped. Now add history. If you've had times where finishing led to criticism, public or private, your brain saved that map. Visibility equals pain, so even a tiny ship can echo that old pattern. You don't consciously think, I will be shamed. You just feel a pull away. The pull is fast, body first. Thoughts show up after, dressed as reasons. The lighting's off. Timing S not ideal. I should read one more article. Classic post hoc logic to justify a reflex. This is why more time almost never solves last 10%. Time doesn't change the threat tag. Safety does. When the system senses a bounded, known exposure, the amygdala chills. When the system senses choice and capacity, dopamine comes back online. This is where autonomy and competence matter. But I'm getting ahead of us. For now, see the core: your brain isn't broken. It's doing its job. It's prioritizing social safety over speed. Let me make the prediction error piece plain. Your brain constantly guesses outcomes and adjusts effort. When it expects a clear reward, dopamine stays steady or rises. When it expects possible loss at the moment of outcome, dopamine can dip below baseline, which feels like, not worth it. Right at 90, if your inner model says finish equals exposure equals maybe shame, that dip lands. Motivation drops and your system seeks relief. Relief often looks like micro-avoidance. Snack, scroll, tweak. And bang, here's the kicker. Your cortex is smart enough to reframe avoidance as quality control. That's the micro-shame glitch. Threat response in a quality costume. Looks noble, feels bad, blocks shipping. So what do we do with that? First, name it. When you label micro-shame, you recruit prefrontal control and reduce amygdala firing. It's not woo, it's effect labeling. Second, shift what done means to your nervous system. Shrink exposure so completion doesn't equal public trial. Think, done to one safe reviewer, not the timeline of the entire internet. Third, give your brain a predictable path through the finish so it stops flinching. Rituals do that. Your system learns, this sequence ends threat. One more thing that helps, binary lines. The striatum likes clear endpoints. Is the file exported, yes or no? Clean. Abstract quality invites rumination, which keeps the threat loop open. Concrete closure gives your system a crisp win, lifts dopamine, and ends the cortisol mini spike faster. Obviously, this isn't about never feeling nerves. You will. The point is to stop treating the spike like a stop sign. It's a signpost. You're near exposure. Normalize it, bound it, and move. Knowing the wiring exists is step one. In a second, I'll give you the framework to beat it on repeat so done feels safe again. The 4-beat finish loop, core framework. Now here's the loop that makes done feel safe again. 4 beats. You run them in order. It's fast, it's boring on purpose, and it works because it tells your nervous system what's next. Most people try to white-knuckle the spike. Pros normalize it, shrink the target, time box feedback, then close the loop the same way every time. Beat 1, normalize the spike. Name it, don't wrestle it. When you feel the tight chest or the urge to just adjust spacing, say micro-shame, out loud if you can, you're not shaming yourself, you're labeling a body signal. Do the double exhale to drop arousal, then ask one simple question: what tiny finish is right in front of me? Not the perfect finish. The next binary move. And don't make this a pep talk, it's a weather report. Oh, it's raining. Grab a jacket, move on. Beat 2, shrink exposure. Finish a smaller done. This is where people save hours. Instead of publish the article to the world, make the finish, export draft as PDF, and send to one safe reviewer. Instead of ship the product page, make it push staging link and test checkout with a friend. You're not dodging real release. You're slicing the moment of exposure into a piece your system can handle without spiking into panic. The rule I use is, if you hesitate for more than 5 seconds, cut the audience or cut the scope or cut the permanence. Private link beats public post. V1 beats final. Reversible beats irreversible. You'll be shocked how fast your body calms when done doesn't mean judged by everyone forever. Beat 3, pre-decide feedback windows. This is the one most creators skip and it bites them. They finish a slice, then open the gates to endless notes, which reopens the threat loop. So before you hit send, you set the container. 2 reviewers, 2 questions, 24 hours, that's it. You can even paste the rules at the top. I'm looking for yes/no on clarity and 1 suggestion max. I ship tomorrow at 3 p.m. You just turned unknown evaluation into a bounded check. Safety goes up. You also protect momentum because there's a clear exit. If notes come late or off scope, they go to the V2 list. You're not rude, you're protecting the finish field. Beat 4, ritualize closure. Signal thread over, session complete. Your body needs a clear end to stop scanning. Pick a 2-minute ritual and make it boringly the same. Log the finish in a visible list. Say session complete out loud. Stand up, shake out your arms, sip water, light stretch, close the tab, whatever. The point is consistency. After a few runs, your nervous system learns, when we do these steps, the scary part ends. Cortisol drops faster. Next time, the spike is smaller because your body trusts the exit. Let me show you how it runs in real life. You're at 92% on a video. You feel the itch to tweak color for the 5th time. Beat 1, micro shame, double exhale. Beat 2, shrink exposure. Decide done equals exporting a 108p draft and uploading as unlisted, not public. Beat 3, pre-decide feedback. 2 people, 2 questions. Did you watch past minute 3? Was there any moment you wanted to click away? Deadline, noon tomorrow. Beat 4, ritual. Log unlisted upload done, stretch, close premiere, walk to the kitchen, water. That whole loop? 15 minutes, maybe 20. Your brain gets a clean finish without a public trial. Tomorrow you make 2 micro edits, set the schedule, and your ritual ends it again. And boom, look what happens next. Because you ritualized closure, you don't keep reopening the project to soothe the spike. You rest. You come back with a narrow plan. You don't invite the entire internet to destroy you. You invite 2 people to answer 2 binary questions. That's containment. It feels sane. But here's where most people mess up. They skip beat 3. They finish small, then toss the draft into a group chat with 6 friends and no rules. Chaos. 20 comments, half of them off topic, 3 conflicting opinions about fonts, and now your amygdala is throwing chairs. You tell yourself you need a week to rethink the concept. No, you needed a window and a cap. A couple of quick guardrails so this sticks. Write the 4 beats on a sticky and keep it near your screen. The moment you feel the urge to stall, point to it and run the loop. If any beat feels sticky, make it smaller. Can't name it out loud because you're in a cafe? Whisper it. Can't shrink exposure because it's a must post? Shrink permanence. Schedule it for tomorrow so done today is scheduled, not live. Can't limit feedback because your boss wants in. Pre-decide format, 2 questions, 3 edits max, then ship. The rule is flexibility inside structure. And now that you've got the loop, we're going to wire it into your day with minimum viable momentum so you don't have to think about it. Your habits will carry you through the last 10%. Minimum viable momentum for the last 10%, MVM. So minimum viable momentum is the smallest move that flips you from stuck to moving. Not a plan, not a pep talk. A finish that is so small your nervous system can't argue with it. Think of it like tapping a stalled car just enough to get the wheels rolling, because once there's motion, steering gets easy. Here's the rule: if it takes longer than 2 minutes, it's not MVM. We want binary, obvious, and visible. Export the file. Send the calendar invite. Hit publish, but to a private draft. Book the call. Pay the invoice. Drop the assets in the shared folder. Schedule the post for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Those are 2-minute finishes that end an open loop. Not prep. Finish. Why 2 minutes? Because your body can tolerate that window without kicking off a full panic routine. It's short enough to sneak past micro-shame, but concrete enough to trigger that little completion dopamine you need to do the next thing. And this is important. MVM doesn't solve the whole finish. It starts the finish spiral in your favor. Use the rule of 1%. Shave done into a sliver you can't dodge. If send the proposal freaks you out, make the 1%, attach the PDF, and fill the subject line. If publish the video feels huge, make the 1%, set title, set thumbnail, set schedule. If you hesitate anyway, slice again. The test is simple. Can you do it now without thinking? If not, you haven't found 1% yet. You build a momentum stack from there. One micro finish unlocks the next. Export the draft? Good. Now schedule the review window. That's MVM number 2. Log the finish in your tracker. That's number 3. Each move is tiny, but they're all in the direction of done. 3 tiny wins beat 1 giant plan every time because your body starts trusting motion over rumination. Let me make it concrete. You're at 93% on a landing page. You feel the itch to redesign the hero. MVM says no. Your 2-minute finish is duplicate the page, label it V1, and send a private link to one reviewer with the 2 questions. You do that. Now, without thinking, you create a V2 list right under their questions for anything non-critical. You log V1, sent. That's 3 micro finishes in about 5 minutes. Momentum is back. Tomorrow you'll implement 2 notes and schedule the go live. You didn't brute force anything, you nudged the wheel. Safety check is baked in. If you feel hesitation, you slice again until the action is frictionless. The 3 levers will hit soon. Autonomy, competence, safety apply here, but keep it simple for now. Cut audience, cut scope, or cut permanence until your body says, fine, I can do that. Unlisted beats public. Staging beats production. Scheduled beats live. Reversible beats irreversible. Your nervous system loves off ramps. Common mistakes to avoid. 1. Don't confuse MVM with busy work. Read 3 articles about launch emails is not MVM. Write subject line and schedule send is. 2. Don't stack prep tasks and call it momentum. MVM ends something. If nothing ended, you did prep, not momentum. 3. Don't make your 2 minutes a lot. If it needs 10, that's fine. Just find the one slice that really fits 2 minutes and do that first. A quick trick that helps: pre-build a last 10% menu. Make a list of 2-minute finishes you can pick without thinking. Examples: export latest cut, upload unlisted, set title and schedule, send ready for eyes, email to Sam and Priya, create V2 list, book 15-minute feedback slot, mark ready for ship in tracker, generate invoice, click send, keep it on your desktop. When you feel the stall, point and pick. No debate. You've probably noticed how 1 micro finish changes your state. You breathe, your shoulders drop. You glance at the next thing and go, yeah, I can do 1 more. That's the point. We're not trying to be heroes. We're trying to build a body memory that says, when the spike hits, I do a tiny finish. It's boring. It's reliable. It works. Run MVM before any send, publish, export moment. Make it a reflex. Double exhale, label micro shame, pick the 2-minute finish, do it, log it. That's your ignition. Once the engine's humming, we'll pull in autonomy, competence, and safety to keep you rolling without drama. The 3 levers: autonomy, competence, safety, ACS. So momentum gets you moving. But to keep finishing without drama, your nervous system needs 3 green lights: autonomy, competence, safety. When these are explicit, micro-shame drops. When they're fuzzy, the spike wins. Think of ACS like 3 dials you set before the last stretch. If one is low, your system stalls. If all 3 are clear, finishing feels like choice, not threat. Autonomy first. Replace "I have to" with "I choose to" because sounds small, but it flips your brain from compliance to agency. Say it out loud. "I choose to ship this draft because I want clean feedback by Friday." Or, "I choose to schedule this video because I promised weekly uploads and I like keeping my word." Autonomy isn't bravado, it's consent. You're reminding your body you're driving. A quick tweak that helps. Pair the choice with a why that matters today, not later. Because future me will thank me is vague. Because I want Saturday free lands now. You'll feel the difference in your chest, less tight, more steady. Now competence. Define good enough in one sentence, not vibes. Vibes invite rumination. A sentence closes the loop. Try this template. Good enough equals binary quality that target person can target action without specific failure. Example. Good enough equals audio with no clipping that a first-time viewer can watch on a phone without straining. Or, good enough equals proposal with scope, price, and next step so the client can approve without a call. That sentence becomes your finish line. If it's true, you're done. If you catch yourself reaching for just a little better, ask, does this change the binary outcome? If no, it goes to V2. Competence is clarity, not polish. Safety last, and it's the hinge, bound visibility. Who sees this, when, and how? Don't assume safety, write it. 2 reviewers, private link, 24-hour window, ship at 3 p.m. Or, boss review only, 3 edits max, schedule live for tomorrow. You're telling your threat system the size of the room and the exit doors. Shrink audience, shrink permanence, or add reversibility until your body says yes. That might look like unlisted instead of public, or scheduling instead of posting live, or sending to one ally before the team. None of this is hiding. It's right-sizing exposure so you can finish often enough to learn. Here's how ACS runs together with MVM and the 4-beat loop. You hit that itch to tweak. Autonomy. I choose to ship because I want the weekend clean. Competence. Good enough equals 720p export with readable captions, hook clear by 20. Safety. Unlisted to Sam and Priya, 2 questions, 24 hours, ship tomorrow. Then MVM. Export, upload unlisted, paste the 2 questions, hit send, log the finish. You just turned a vague finish into a controlled one. The spike drops because the system sees rails. Quick example. A coach I worked with kept freezing on Instagram carousels. She'd stall at 95, telling herself the hook wasn't perfect. We wrote her ACS, autonomy. I choose to post 2 times a week because consistent output fills the top of funnel. Competence. Good enough equals 1 clear problem, 1 screenshot example, 1 CTA to DM plan. Safety. Post at noon, pin for 2 hours, then unpin. DM replies off until 3 p.m. With that, her body stopped scanning for unknowns. She posted, then took a walk. DMs picked up. After 2 weeks, she had actual data on which problems resonated instead of hunches. And side note, she slept better. You can calendar ACS to make it automatic. Before deep work, write, I choose to because, then 1 line good enough. Then who, when, how for visibility. Take 60 seconds, tape it to your monitor. Every time you feel drift, read it. If your body still hesitates, adjust the safety dial, cut audience, cut permanence, or add a review window. I like a 24-hour cooling review before truly public ships. Put it on the calendar, not in your head. Calendar equals containment, and containment lowers arousal. Couple of common mistakes. 1, people try to outsource autonomy. My audience expects this. That's pressure, not choice. Make it yours. I choose to meet my schedule because I like being reliable. 2, competent sentences that are mush, high quality and on brand. Nope, what's the binary? Logo readable on phone beats mush. 3, safety by hope. I'll see how I feel. Your amygdala hears unknown. Set the room in advance. And here's a fast test to see if ACS is working. Read your 3 lines and check your body. Shoulders drop a bit, breath easier, you're good. Still tense? Safety S too big. Slice again until your nervous system says, fine, we can do that. Then run the loop. Autonomy gives you the wheel, competence gives you the map, safety paves the road. Finishing becomes a signal of safety, not a cliff. And now, even with ACS dialed, there's one more thing that can tank you right before send, dopamine drain. So let's reset that fast. Dopamine drain reset, 90-second protocol. Right before send, your chemistry shifts. You don't need motivation. Low dopamine, you need a reset. High cortisol, 90 seconds. Focus on threat. It's a stack. You run it the same way every time so your body learns, oh, this is the bridge to done. Start with posture. Stand up or sit tall. Roll your shoulders back once. Chin level, not tucked. Sounds silly, but posture changes brain state fast. Slumped signals defeat, upright signals capacity. You're telling your system, we can handle this. Now the double exhale, physiological sigh. Inhale through your nose, then a second tiny inhale on top, then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Do that twice. You'll feel a small pressure release behind your eyes. That's carbon dioxide offloading, which drops arousal quickly. No counting, just long out. If you feel lightheaded, you're pushing too hard. Ease it. Next, cold, 10 seconds. Cold water on your cheeks and the back of your neck, or grab a chilled can and press it there. If you're at your desk, rub an ice cube across the cheekbones. It triggers a mild dive reflex that nudges heart rate down. The goal isn't shock, it's a notch down in activation so focus snaps narrow without panic. Then a frictionless win. One tiny box you can check within 20 seconds to spike completion dopamine without opening new loops. Examples: tick export ready in your tracker, paste your 2 feedback questions into the draft description, or drag the file into the ready folder. It must end something, not start something. If it starts a new branch, skip it. Now you're at about 45 seconds. Good, keep the lane tight. Set a 2-minute timer and pick the smallest binary action on the finish path. Export, upload unlisted. Schedule send, paste the reviewer rules and hit send. Narrow beam, if your brain tries to widen the goal, maybe adjust the intro, say out loud, not now, finish first. You're training the order, regulate, finish, then improve. Run this protocol before any send, publish, export moment, not after you're panicking before. Think of it like putting chalk on your hands before a lift. It's fast, it's clean, and it saves the rep. I like to anchor it to a phrase so I don't overthink it. Reset, then send. That's it. Stand tall, double exhale twice, 10 seconds of cold, 1 frictionless win, 2-minute finish. Done. Common mistakes. 1. Turning the reset into a ritual you can procrastinate with. If the whole thing takes more than 90 seconds before the 2-minute finish, you're adding fluff. Cut it back. 2. Chasing novelty. You do not need a new song, a new app, or a new biohack right now. Novelty spikes dopamine but widens focus and invites rabbit holes. Keep it boring. 3. Making the frictionless win a research click. No links, no tabs, no reading. Physical move, binary box, end of loop. If you're in a noisy place and can't do cold water, sub in a brisk 30-second walk to the door and back, eyes on a fixed point, then the size. Movement plus breath still resets. If you're on a call and about to screen share, micro version it. Sit tall, 1 quiet double exhale, and silently check 1 box in your notes before you hit share. Tiny counts. You might notice the urge to delay comes back right after the 2-minute finish. That's normal. The spike often has a tail. When it hits, don't negotiate. Run another sigh and do the next 2-minute finish. You're building a chain, 2 or 3 links and you're over the hump. Last thing, timing beats willpower. Put reset, then send in your calendar 5 minutes before any planned ship. Future you needs fewer choices, not more courage. When the alert pings, you run the stack. Then you move. The 4 finish killers and fixes. Now let's kill the 4 things that wreck the final stretch. You've felt all of these. They masquerade as quality, but they're pure stall. I'll give you the fix for each, and we'll wire them into the loop you already learned. Perfection drag first. This is where good has no edges. You keep sanding because there's no wall to hit. The fix is a binary done rule. Write 1 line that makes done a yes or no, not a vibe, something you can test. For a video, done equals exported 720p, captions readable, hook by 20. For a proposal, done equals scope, price, next step. Then you run the 2-pass rule, substance pass, surface pass, ship. If a change doesn't move the binary outcome, it's V2. You'll feel your body resist that at first. That's fine. Name micro shame, do your sigh, check the binary and move. Scope creep next. Smart ideas show up at 90% like gremlins. What if we add a case study? Maybe an interactive widget? These might be good. They also blow up your finish. The fix is a V2 list with teeth. Create at the moment you start beat 2. Title it V2 only. Every idea goes there by default. If it doesn't change the binary done, it lives in V2. promise it a date. Review V2 items Friday, 3 p.m. Now you're not killing ideas, you're parking them in a safe lot. Your brain relaxes because nothing is lost and your deadline survives. Third, feedback phobia. Imaginary critics are louder than real ones. You picture a crowd, you hear 10 different takes, and you freeze. We already pre-decided windows, but here's the surgical fix. Schedule exactly 2 reviewers and give them exactly 2 questions. Paste this at the top. Please answer only. 1, was anything unclear? 2, what's one thing to cut? That trims style fights and focuses them on clarity and subtraction. Add a thanks, shipping at 3 p.m. tomorrow. That line tells your threat system the door is closing. If someone sends a novel back, you reply, logging for V2, appreciate it, and you ship. You're not arrogant, you're protecting the container. Fourth, future shock. You fear the space after shipping. What if it works? What if it flops? What do I do next? That fog makes now feel dangerous. The fix is to pre-plan the very next tiny step. 1 sentence written before you ship. After I send, I do X, keep it tiny and neutral. Log the ship, stretch, prep title for next video. Or respond to 2 DMs with the same script. Your brain stops seeing a cliff and starts seeing a sidewalk. If stakes are big, make the next step a private one. After I post, close laptop and take a 10-minute walk. Sounds silly, but it ends threat scanning. Let me run a quick reel sequence so you can hear it. You're at 94% on a course lesson. Perfection drag starts whispering about slide kerning. You write your binary. Done equals audio clean, slides readable on phone, summary at end. 2 pass plan engaged. Scope creep pops up with add a bonus worksheet. You drop it into V2 with Friday 2 p.m. review. Feedback phobia kicks in, so you paste. 2 reviewers, answer only clarity, and 1 cut, shipping tomorrow. Future shock shows up, you write, after I send, log win and prep outline for lesson 2, 5 minutes. You feel your body settle, then you run the reset and finish. Pattern interrupt because this one stings. One of these 4 killed your last video. You know which? Was it the mushy finish line, the shiny new idea at 90, the undefined feedback pylon, or the blank space after shipping? Pick it. Say it out loud. That names the trap so you don't step in it again. A couple of guardrails to make these stick. Put your binary done at the top of the doc, not in your head. If you change it midstream, that's fine, but write it, then finish against it. Keep your V2 list inside the same file so you don't open a new tab to add ideas. That removes a portal to distraction. For feedback, create a template email with the 2 questions and the window baked in. No fresh writing when you're spiking. And for future shock, keep a tiny next step bank on a sticky. Walk, log, schedule next title, DM 2 people. You pick without thinking. And boom, watch your graph. When you run binaries, V2 parking, 2 question feedback, and a next step, your finish time drops and your heart rate does too. You'll start trusting yourself near the line, which is the whole game. You're not dodging excellence here, you're sequencing it. Finish now, iterate with data, then polish where it moves the needle. All right, killers handled. Let's lock this in with a 7-day sprint so your body learns this rhythm on autopilot. The 7-day finish sprint, behavior protocol. So here's how we lock this in fast. 7 days, 1 clear rhythm. You're teaching your body that finishing is safe and normal, not rare and scary. This is a behavior sprint, not a life overhaul. We stack daily tiny ships, cap the places you usually spiral, and use the same closure every time so your system relaxes. Daily target is simple, 1 micro finish before noon. No exceptions. Not 2, not 10. 1. It has to close a loop on something between 70 and 95%. You're not allowed to start new stuff. You're only allowed to finish things already on the runway. When the clock hits noon, you either logged a finish or you didn't. If you miss, you still do 1% before bed. Never 0. Build a finish list on day 1, 10 minutes timer on. Scan your projects and list items that are 70 to 95% done. Next to each, write a binary done line in 1 sentence. Export 720p, captions readable, hook by 20. Proposal includes scope, price, next step. If you can't make a binary for it, it's not in the sprint. Keep this list visible. This is your menu. When you sit down each morning, you pick one. No thinking. Pick, run the protocol, finish, log. 2 reviews max always. You block 1 15-minute review slot per item total. You cap edits at 3 changes, not 4, 3. If notes go beyond that, you move the rest to V2. You can even paste a line in your request. I'll implement up to 3 changes before shipping. Why so strict? Because unlimited review is where micro-shame hides. We're training trust. Finish, learn, iterate later. Ritualized closure is the glue. Same end-of-finish cue every time. Keep it 2 minutes. I like log the win in a visible tracker, say session complete, stand, shake arms, sip water, look out the window for 10 seconds, then close the tab. That's it. Don't add party music. Don't open analytics. The point is a clean, boring end so your nervous system goes, cool, thread over. Scorecard time. You're tracking finishes, not hours. Make 7 boxes. Aim for 5 of 7. Hit 5 and you're winning. Don't chase streaks, chase reps. Put the scorecard where you can't avoid it, on your desk or lock screen. Every time you finish, tick a box. That tiny mark is your completion dopamine. It's silly and it works. Let me walk you through a single day so you can feel it. It's 9:15 a.m. You look at your finish list. You pick course lesson V1, export 720p, summary slide added. You write your ACS on a sticky. I choose to ship because I want Friday free. Good enough equals clean audio, phone readable slides, summary at end. Safety. Private link to Kim and Leo, 2 questions, 24 hours. You run the 90-second reset, tall double exhale, splash of cold, mark ready to export in the tracker. 2-minute finish, export. Next 2-minute, upload unlisted, paste the 2 questions, send. You log the win, say session complete, stretch water, close the tab. It's 9:40. You could keep going, but the sprint goal is hit. Everything after that is bonus, not pressure. Now multiply that rhythm by 7 days. You'll see patterns. Day 2, scope creep tries to sneak in. You drop ideas into V2, promise Friday review. Day 3, feedback phobia shows up, you paste your 2 questions. Day 4, future shock whispers, you write after I ship, 5-minute walk. Day 5, you feel tired, you still do a 1% finish before bed. Day 6, you feel cocky, you still cap edits at 3. Day 7, you look at 5 boxes ticked and your chest feels lighter. A few guardrails so this doesn't derail. Pre-commit your 1 item the night before. Write it on a sticky with the binary done and put it on your keyboard. Morning, you has fewer choices, less drama. Put a 15-minute review block on your calendar and invite your 2 reviewers in advance for anything you know needs eyes. Paste the rules in the invite. Set a daily reminder at 11:30 a.m. that says, ship now or use 1% tonight. That nudge catches the drift. If you work on a team, tell one ally your daily ship. Shipping draft by 11:30, 2 questions only. Not public accountability to the world, 1 steady person. If they nudge you at 11:20 with a how's the ship, text, even better. What if a day explodes? Client emergency, kid sick, tech crash. Fine, 7 minutes before bed, run a micro finish. Mark 1 invoice sent. Schedule 1 post. Attach the PDF and fill the subject line. Something that ends a loop, never 0. The streak isn't moral, it's chemical. You're protecting the completion signal so tomorrow doesn't feel like starting from a ditch. And boom, watch what happens by the end of the week. You'll trust your word more. Your brain will stop bracing so hard at 90. You'll have data from real feedback instead of hunches. You'll have a finish ritual that calms you on command. And you'll look at 5 ticks on a card and go, yeah, I'm a finisher. That identity shift is the real prize. Now, I want you to hear how this plays out in real life because the stories make it click. Micro stories. Intention right arrow, obstacle right arrow, stakes right arrow, resolution. Story 1. A freelance designer, Maya, wanted 1 clean portfolio case live before a conference. Intention, publish her fintech redesign page by Friday. Obstacle, at 92% she froze on export, kept tweaking grids and mockups, telling herself the spacing was off. Stakes, if she missed Friday, she'd show old work and probably lose warm leads she'd already lined up. Resolution, we ran the 4-beat loop. She named micro shame, double exhaled, and shrank exposure, exported a mid-raise PDF, not the full page. She created a V2 list for every smart idea, bonus animations, alt colorway, then pre-decided feedback, 2 reviewers, 2 questions, 24 hours. She ritualized closure, logged V1 exported, stretched water. Saturday morning, she implemented 2 notes, scheduled publish for Monday, and walked into the conference with a live link. Leads doubled in 2 weeks because people could see, not imagine. Story 2. A wellness coach, Daniel, wanted to post his first long-form video. Intention, a 9-minute morning mobility tutorial on YouTube to push people into a free trial. Obstacle, comments. He pictured strangers roasting his form, voice, everything. He'd record edit to 95%, then hide the file in a folder called pending. Stakes, his pipeline was drying up. One more quarter without top of funnel and he'd go back to freelancing nights. Resolution, we wrote his ACS. Autonomy, I choose to publish weekly because I want stable leads without cold DMs. Competence, good enough equals clear camera, 1 cue per move, on-screen timer, CTA at 8:30. Safety, unlisted first, 2 reviewers, 2 questions, schedule live tomorrow. Then MVM, export, upload unlisted, paste was anything unclear, 1 thing to cut, and hit send. He ran the 90-second reset before clicking schedule. Next day it went live. Comments were normal, 1 troll, a bunch of helpful, and 3 clients booked consults. Within a month, his session fill rate rose by 30%. He told me, posting felt like stepping off a cliff until we shrank the room. Story 3, a student Lee was polishing a research poster. Intention, submit by Tuesday to qualify for travel funding. Obstacle, binary line was mush, she kept improving clarity, which really meant moving boxes around at 1 a.m. stakes. Miss the deadline, miss the grant, and eat the trip cost or skip the conference. Resolution, we wrote her binary. Done equals figures at 300 DPI, 1 sentence takeaway per section, QR code to preprint, name and lab readable at 6 feet. 2-pass rule, substance, then surface, then ship. Scope creep showed up with add a mini methods infographic. V2 list caught it with a date, after acceptance. She pre-decided feedback, pi and 1 lab mate, 2 questions, 24 hours, and set a time box, hard 20 minutes to finalize, then send. She ran the reset, tall, double exhale, splash of cold, ticked, ready to export. Exported, sent, logged the win, closed the tab. She got the travel award and fun twist, 2 post-conference emails from faculty who appreciated the 1-sentence takeaways. The binary didn't lower quality, it made the point land. Data points so you can feel the pattern, not just the vibe. Across clients who used this stack for 2 weeks. Watch time on first 60 seconds of videos ticked up because they shipped hooks instead of sanding intros. Average plus 9% relative increase. Leads up within 60 days for service folks who moved from 1 ship a week to 3 microships. Often a simple V1 now, V2 Friday cadence, ranged from 20 to 100%, mostly because there was more to react to. Self-trust scores, yeah, we actually track this, jumped when people hit 5 of 7 ships per week. They wrote, I believe my word, from a 4 or 5 out of 10 to a 7 or 8. Not hype, just reps. So that's how this plays out in real life. Intention gets blocked by a nervous system spike, stakes get real the moment exposure looms, and resolution comes from boring rails. Name it, shrink it, bound it, close it. Cool, now let's lock this in with pre-commit contracts so your future self shows up even when the spike does. Pre-commit contracts and anti-loop rules. So this is where we make future you show up when the spike hits. Pre-commit is simple. Before you work, write 1 sentence that starts with I choose to because, put it where you can see it. You're setting autonomy on purpose. Say, I choose to finish this export because I want Friday free. Or, I choose to send this proposal because I want a clear yes or no by Tuesday. It's not a mantra, it's consent. You're telling your body what matters now, not later. Do it before you open the file. If you wait until you're already spiking, your threat system will write it for you and it'll sound like pressure. Next, anti-loop. 2-pass finish. Substance pass, surface pass, then ship. Nothing in the middle. Substance is meaning, is the point clear, the steps correct, the promise delivered? Surface is presentation, typos, spacing, caption timing, slide alignment. If a thought pops up during substance like fix kerning, drop it in the margin and keep going. If a strategy change shows up during surface, we should add a case study, V2 list it. The rule is hard, no third pass. Third passes are where shame hides. If something truly breaks the binary, done you wrote, that's substance, not a third pass. Name it, fix it, move. Time box it. Give 90% items a hard 20-minute finish window. You can chain 2 blocks if you must, but each is 20 with a 2-minute reset between. Set a timer, run tall posture and 2 size, then go. Why 20? Because your system can hold focus without sliding into rumination. Long finish windows invite new goals and stray ideas. Short ones force decisions. If the timer dings and you're mid-click, finish that click, log the state, and stop. If you need more, consciously start another 20. That stop is the muscle. Public microcommit helps, but keep it tight. Share, shipping by 3 p.m. with one ally, not your whole audience. Loop in someone steady who understands your rules. You're not asking for pep talks, you're stating a plan that will happen unless fire. If they nudge you at 2:40 with a still shipping, text, great. If something blows up, you send, using 1% slice tonight, full ship tomorrow 10 a.m. You kept your word shape intact, which is the real point. Now relapse plan, because you will stall sometimes. No drama. You run the 90-second reset, then slice the finish to 1% and do that now. Label micro shame, double exhale, tiny cold, one frictionless win, then a 2-minute action that ends a loop. Examples: schedule the upload for tomorrow, fill the subject line and attach the PDF, paste the 2 feedback questions and hit send to 1 reviewer. If you're way off track, write a fresh ACS in 60 seconds, rewrite the binary done, and start a new 20-minute window. Never zero. The scale of the finish can shrink, the act of finishing can't. Template so you don't think. Pre-commit, I choose to finish because near-term why. Binary done, done equals binary quality so target person can action without specific failure. Feedback, 2 reviewers. Answer only, 1 what's unclear, 2 1 thing to cut, shipping at time. Time box line, hard stop at time, 2 pass only. Paste these at the top of the doc. You want rails, not vibes. Let me show you the flow on a messy day. You plan to ship a landing page by noon. At 10:30, Slack explodes. By 11:50, your chest is tight, you're at 91% and you want to punt. You read your pre-commit? I choose to ship because I want Friday free. You scan your binary. Done equals form works, headline clear on phone, CTA above fold. You start a 20-minute window, run the reset, substance pass, fix a broken form label, surface pass, kill 2 stray double spaces, and you stop. You paste the 2 questions to your 2 reviewers, hit send, log the win, say session complete. You schedule the public push for tomorrow 3 p.m. Crisis handled, finish intact. Team context tweak, share your anti-loop rules with the group. We're running 2 pass, 3 edits max, V2 on Friday. Use a feedback template in the doc so no one free writes novels. Add roles and a tiny RACI if needed. Who's responsible, who's approver, who's consulted, who's just informed. That keeps cooks out of the pot. Async first. Loom or doc before live review. Live spike arousal. Async keeps the room small. One last guardrail. If your body keeps balking, safety, S too big. Cut audience, cut permanence, or add a cooling window. Unlisted today, public tomorrow is still a finish. The loop learns safety, then you can stretch. Run these contracts for a week and watch what happens. You'll stop negotiating with the spike because the rules decide. You'll feel more honest with yourself, and the finish line will feel like a doorway, not a wall. Solo versus team, visibility without panic. Solo first. When it's just you, the audience can feel like the whole internet, which is why your body panics. So define the room. Literally write, audience size equals 1 safe reviewer. Name them. Sam only, that's your first finish. If your chest loosens, good. If not, shrink permanence, unlisted, scheduled, reversible. Solo safety is about cutting unknowns to the bone so you can close loops daily. Set a solo feedback template you paste without thinking. 2 questions, 1 window. Answer only, 1 what's unclear, 2 1 thing to cut. I ship at 3 p.m. tomorrow. It kills vague notes and stops you from waiting a week for perfect comments. If they ghost you, you still ship. Your rule decides, not their calendar. Async beats live when you're solo but spiking. Loom over calls, doc over DMs, send an unlisted link with your 2 questions in the description. Now it's reviewable without your nervous system managing faces, tone, and silence. Live review is a performance. Async is a check. Keep the room small. Version names matter here. V1, V11, V2. That .1 saves your brain from final. V1 is first complete thing. V11 is tiny fixes before ship. V2 is actual new scope. Labeling calms your competence threat because you're not locking a legacy, you're marking a waypoint. Also, toss archive and ready to ship folders on your desktop. Moving files is a physical closure your body trusts. Now teams multiply eyes, which multiplies arousal. Limit cooks, roles clear. Before you enter the last 10%, write a tiny RACI in the doc. Responsible, you. Approver, 1 person. Consulted, 1 or 2 max. Informed, everyone else after ship. If a name isn't on approver, they don't get veto power. That sentence alone halves chaos. Use a fixed feedback template the team agrees on. Top of doc, window until Wednesday 3 p.m. Answer only. 1. What's unclear? List below. 2. One thing
Paste
to
it
cut.
every time.
3 changes.
People
Max
play the
this
game
round.
you set.
V2
No
template, you'll get novels and vibe checks. With a template, you get clarity and subtraction, which finish fast. Async first always. Loom walkthrough or doc first review before any live meeting. Live reviews spike threat because you're juggling slides, tone, and group dynamics. Async lets people think, and it lets you cap scope. Then, if you must meet, it's 10 minutes to decide only the binaries, ship or fix 3 things. That's it. Put the 3 changes in the doc while you're on the call, then exit. Version control is your shield against scope chaos. Tag the artifact with a date and version. Landing page V11 2026-0304. Lock V1 before edits so nobody overwrites the ship. If someone sneaks in a late idea, you move it to V2 with a note. Friday 2 p.m. review. You're not ignoring, you're sequencing. For managers, protect finish windows like a hawk. Create finish blocks on calendars, 20 minutes camera off, Slack on pause, only binary work. Tell the team, finishing time, ping me at 20 past. When leaders model protected finish, teams finish more and panic less. And please cap reviewers. Whole team feedback is a panic recipe. If your team hates templates, sell the feeling. 2 questions, 1 window gets us live by Thursday. Live gets us data. Data beats opinions. When they feel the speed and lower heart rates, they'll adopt it. Also, celebrate V1 shipped out loud, not the polish, the finish, that rewires culture. Last thing, whether solo or team, if your body still bulks, safety, S too big. Cut audience, cut permanence, or add a cooling window until your breath drops. Unlisted today, public tomorrow is still a finish. And once the loop trusts safety, you can open the room without panic. Now, to keep people with you, we need rehooks so attention doesn't drift midstream. Rehooks every 5-7 minutes, retention mechanics. So let's keep people with you when you ship. Every 5 to 7 minutes, drop a rehook, not clickbait. Little pulses that wake the brain up right when it starts to drift. Think of them like exits on a highway. If you miss one, people bail. If you place them right, they stay for the full ride. First, curiosity spikes. Tease the unusual fix before you reveal it. You can say, there's one tweak I use at the exact minute people usually click away, and it isn't editing. Or, in 60 seconds, I'll show you the line I paste that cuts review time in half. You're not stalling, you're flagging a payoff and giving the brain a reason to stay. Place this right after you wrap a point so you bridge into the next. Next, mistake reveals. Call out where most folks mess up, then offer the turn. Most people add more ideas at 90%, right when ideas are the most dangerous. Or, here, where smart people tank their finish, they ask for thoughts without a window. The brain loves error detection. It leans in when it hears, careful, this is the trap. Success moments are quick wins to reward attention. Don't montage. Just show one tiny before-after with a number or a binary result. Watch this 2 questions only, and boom, we shipped in 18 minutes. Or, unlisted first, not public, heart rate down, upload done. That micro boom tells viewers, hey, your time here pays. Future pacing keeps investment alive. Paint the next plateau without promising magic. Imagine your finish graph staying flat at 70% through the send button, not dropping at minute 8. Or, picture looking at your week and seeing 5 ticks instead of 5 maybes. The point is a clean picture the nervous system likes. Where do you place these? Right after transitions and low energy dips. Anytime you close a loop, 4 beat done, MVM defined, ACS nailed, flag the next lift. And around the 70% mark, right where attention drops, drop your strongest curiosity spike there. By the way, the best open loop I've tested isn't at the start, it's right now. I'll show you in 30 seconds how to end a session so your body stops scanning. Then deliver fast. Keep the language tight and concrete. Skip flourishes. Speak like you're texting a smart friend. If a line sounds slick, rewrite it simpler. Also, vary the pattern so it doesn't feel like a trick. Curiosity, then success, then mistake, then future, rotate. Same rhythm, different notes. A few ready-to-use lines you can steal. Now here, where it gets interesting. Quick check, have you done this in the last week? Hold that thought, because in a minute, I'm going to show you the exact email I paste. You've probably felt this yourself, right? Okay, tiny win break. Watch what happens when we cap edits at 3. And one more thing, close your rehooks clean. If you tease, pay it off within a minute. Don't stack 4 mysteries and pay none. That breaks trust. Open one, close one, then open the next. Do this and your watch time holds because the brain keeps getting a reason to care. You're not yelling, stay. You're feeding the next bite. Place your spikes, keep them honest, and let the wins pull people forward. The finish map, from 90% to done in 12 minutes. All right, here's the map you can run on command. 12 minutes, tops. It stacks everything we've covered into one clean sprint so you don't think, you just move. Minute 0 to 1, label micro shame and double exhale. You feel the squeeze, you say micro shame, out loud if you can. That names the spike so it stops feeling like a personal flaw. Stand or sit tall. Due to physiological size, inhale, tiny top-up inhale, long, slow exhale through the mouth twice. That dumps enough CO2 to drop arousal a notch. No counting, no dramatics. Then one frictionless win, tick ready to export or drag the file into a ready folder. That tells your brain, we're in the finish lane. Minute 1 to 3, draw a binary done line and open a V2 list, one sentence. Done equals binary quality, so target person can action without specific failure. Example, done equals 720p export with clear captions so first-time viewers can watch on phone without straining. Write it at the top. Now, every smart idea that doesn't change that binary goes into V2. Type V2 only and list them. You're saving ideas without letting them torch the ship. Minute 3 to 6, start a hard 20-minute time box, but today you'll only use 9 of it. Set the timer anyway so your body knows there's a wall. Declare 2 pass only, substance, then surface. Even if you don't need both, saying it creates rails. Do your substance pass now, fix what blocks the binary outcome. Broken link, fix it. Hook missing at 20, add it. CTA unclear, write it. If kerning thoughts pop up, park them in the margin or V2. Keep your beam narrow. If you hit the binary before the minute 6 mark, great, you're ahead. If not, keep moving, you've got a few more minutes later. Minute 6 to 9, finish the pass, run closure, ritual, log the win. Yes, close even if you're shipping to a reviewer next. Closure isn't final. It's this slice is done. Your ritual is boring on purpose. Log the finish in your tracker, V1 exported, or unlisted uploaded. Say session complete. Stand, shake out arms, sip water, look out the window for 10 seconds, and close the active tab. That sequence tells your nervous system the scary part ended. Threat down, trust up. Minute 9 to 12. Schedule a review window and send. Pre-decide feedback rules in the message. 2 reviewers. Answer only. 1, anything unclear? 2, 1 thing to cut. I ship at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Paste your binary done at the top so reviewers know the target. Send the unlisted link or draft. Then actually calendar the ship. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. public. Not a mental note, calendar block, alarm on. If someone replies off scope or late, thank them and add to V2. The window is your exit ramp. Let me run a quick real example so it clicks. You're at 90% on a tutorial. You feel the urge to tweak color again. Minute 0 to 1, micro shame, double exhale, tick ready to export. Minute 1 to 3, write done equals hook by 20, no audio clipping, CTA at 8:30 so viewers can start the trial without guessing. Open V2, drop color grade pass, new B-roll, alt title. Minute 3 to 6, timer on, substance pass, trim a ramble at 2:40, add the CTA graphic, fix a pop in the audio. Minute 6 to 9, export log V1 exported, say session complete, water, close tab. Minute 9 to 12, upload unlisted, paste the rules, send to Sam and Priya, calendar tomorrow at 3 p.m. to go public. Done. 12 minutes, clean loop. But here's where it gets interesting. If your chest still feels tight at minute 9, your safety dial's too high. Shrink exposure 1 notch. Schedule public for 2 days out or swap 1 reviewer for a safer one. If you hesitate, cut permanence. Scheduled today instead of live today. The map flexes, but the beats stay. You'll notice we didn't cram analytics, title brainstorming, or thumbnail a /BS into these 12 minutes. That's on purpose. Finish first. Optimize on V2 with a calm brain. Sequencing beats polish. A couple of tiny boosters. Put the map on a sticky. 1 label plus double exhale plus win, 1-3 binary plus V2, 3-6 pass, 6-9 ritual, 9-12 window plus send. When the spike hits, point and run. Also, set a repeating calendar alert called reset, then send 5 minutes before any planned ship. Future you needs fewer choices. And if you fall off mid-map, Slack pings, kid yells, no shame spiral. When you return, restart at the last finished minute block. Don't rewind to the top. That keeps momentum intact. Run this map 3 times this week and watch the difference. You'll spend less time in the stall and more time in motion. You'll feel the spike, but it won't own you. It's 12 minutes, boring steps, and a nervous system that goes, oh, we exit clean. What if slips, big stakes, public deadlines? Slip days first, they happen. Travel, sick kid, migraine, whatever. The rule is never 0. Default to a 1% finish, even if it's 11:53 p.m. You don't need heroics. 2 minutes that end a loop. Attach the PDF and fill the subject line, schedule tomorrow's upload, paste your 2 feedback questions and hit send to 1 reviewer, move the file to ready to ship. That's it. You're protecting the completion signal so the next morning doesn't feel like climbing out of a ditch. If you've stacked 3 slip days, widen safety and cut friction. Shrink audience to 1 safe reviewer and schedule public for 2 days out. Add a 24-hour cooling window on the calendar. Run the 90-second reset before you pick the 2-minute finish. Then log the win and do your closure ritual. The body needs a clean end more than a big result right now. Big stakes next. Launches, promotions, first time in front of a big room, these spike micro-shame hard because visibility explodes. The move is to shrink exposure and sequence evaluation. Private review first, then constrained preview, then public. Think of it like widening circles. Inner circle today, 2 reviewers with 2 questions. Tomorrow, small test group or unlisted for 50 people. Next day, public. You're not hiding, you're layering safety so your nervous system doesn't revolt. Pair it with a stricter binary, done, line, and a hard time box. If your chest tightens, cut permanence, schedule instead of live, reversible settings over locked ones. Data is your friend, fear is vague. Write 1 contingency sentence before big ships so your threat system knows the exit. If X breaks, I roll back to unlisted and post at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That 1 line cuts the unknown in half. Also, pre-draft your reply to yourself. We learn on V1, V2 on Friday. You'd be shocked how much that calms the post-ship scan. Public deadlines last. They help, but they can trip panic if you leave decisions to the last minute. So pre-schedule sends to bypass the freeze. That means you do the work the day before, set the calendar, and let the platform fire. On the day, your job is not to create, it's to monitor. If you must ship live, webinar, stream, use a smaller warm-up. Go live privately for 2 minutes to check audio, titles, and scene, then end and restart public. That tiny rehearsal keeps your amygdala from driving. During launch weeks, batch your 70% items and finish 3 per day in layered passes. Morning, export 3 V1s. Midday, send to 2 reviewers with 2 questions. Afternoon, implement up to 3 edits each and schedule public across the week. You're building a conveyor. Put all V2 ideas into Friday's review. Velocity beats perfection during windows where learning compounding matters more than polish. If you blow a public deadline, don't vanish. Use the 1% rule in public too. Post. Rolling to 10 a.m. tomorrow. Unlisted link to early V1 in bio if you want a peek. That keeps trust intact and shrinks the room. Then actually schedule 10 a.m., close the tab, do the ritual. Shame wants you to hide. We're not doing that. We're finishing on rails even when it's messy. One more what if you didn't ask but you feel. What if it flops? Ground it with the next tiny step you wrote before ship. Log the win, stretch, pull 1 data point in 5 minutes, thumb stop, click through, watch to 30, then stop. Flop or not, you already framed V2 on Friday. Your worth isn't riding on 1 button. Your system is learning to finish under visibility without frying itself. That's the whole point. So slips get 1%, big stakes get shrinking circles, and public deadlines get pre-scheduled rails. You keep the loop alive, you keep the breath low, you keep moving. Here's your move. Run the 7-day finish sprint using the 12-minute finish map. Tonight, build your finish list. Pick 3 items at 70-95%, write 1 binary done line for each. Tomorrow morning, choose 1, write your ACS in 60 seconds, then run, reset, then send, and finish 1 microship before noon. Log every finish and do the same closure ritual each time. Cap reviews at 2 people, 2 questions, 3 changes. Park every extra idea in V2 with a Friday review block on your calendar. Do this for 7 days. In 2 weeks, you'll feel the shift. Self-trust rebounds, open loops drop, and output compounds because you're learning from ships, not from thoughts. Then we'll widen the room on purpose. Finishing turns from a cliff into a safety signal when you name micro-shame, shrink exposure, and run boring rails that end loops fast. That's the shift from threat to choice. Your challenge: 7 days, 5 ships, no 0 days. 1 micro-finish before noon every day. Binary done, 2 reviewers, 2 questions, 3 edits, then ship. If you slip, 1% before bed. Next step, go watch the Autonomy deep dive to lock the I choose to because muscle so this sticks when life gets loud. Then run the 12-minute map 3 times this week. No drama, just reps. You don't need more willpower. You need rails your body trusts. Do this and you'll feel lighter, faster, and more honest with yourself. Finish now, iterate Friday, and let the wins stack.